Hello guys, welcome. I am Victoria Yoosuff aka Vicola. Today we're going to be talking about writing and publishing your book. Writing and publishing your book, all it entails and so much more. Alright, why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a relationship expert with over 10 years experience. That means I've been coaching people online and offline on how to set up or start your relationship, how to make it more blissful, how to enjoy your romance and all that. I am also a certified mental health practitioner, so I help people with relationship stress. I've been invited in several places. I've been privileged to speak at radio stations, television stations across Nigeria or across Abuja, where I am located. I've also had the privilege to speak in churches on several occasions and several topics. I've been invited to speak on relationship, marriage, parenting. I've been also privileged to counsel people when it comes to mental health issues. I've also had the privilege of speaking concerning businesses. So today we're going to be talking about writing your book and publishing. The reason why I am excited is because I also have written over 35 books and I have published over 5 physical books, and the rest are in e-books. So I know the importance of actually writing and publishing your books. A lot of people I have met have actually written books, but they have never published them. So that's why I'm emphasizing on actually publicizing or publishing your own book. All right, so let's go straight into our topic for today. So this is for you to actually write and publish your book. You are a writer. We are all writers. Many of us have been writing. We've been posting online. We've been, sending messages. We've been writing love notes. We've been sharing poems with our loved ones and all that. So we are actually writers. Every one of us have that instinct, that ability to actually put words together. So in my book, where I spoke about how to write, sell, and publish your books, it's about you are a writer. Every one of us is a writer. We've been writing all our lives. We write words, we write letters, we write paragraphs, we write posts, we reply to people's messages, we reply to emails. So we are all writers. So it's easy, right? Because you've been writing all your life. So now, the next question you need to consider is, who is an author? An author is someone who has published a book, a paper, a write-up on a magazine, or a office stuff. A lot of people actually write for their offices, for their companies, but they don't write it in their own name. But because they have not written it in their own name, it seems as if they have not written books. But the truth is, as soon as you publish anything in your name, you become an authority. You become an author. So it's important that you note this and take it seriously. Writing a book is not so difficult. If you can actually follow the process I'm going to share with you today, then you will know that writing books is fun, interesting, and very rewarding. Here are some questions you should consider when you are writing your book. Who are you writing for? Who is your audience? Are you writing for children? Are you writing a novel? Are you writing for married people? Are you writing for broken people? Are you, broken relationships? Are you writing to help people come out of broken relationships, toxic relationship? Are you writing a fiction book that is an imaginative write-up? Are you writing something that is non-fiction, that is things that are very related to life? So you have to really consider who you are writing for. Are you going to be writing for children between 0 to 5? Are you writing for children between 5 to 10? Or are you writing for teenagers? Are you writing for men? Are you writing for women? All this has to be considered when you are writing your book, because you will actually know the type of words to write or use. You will know the type of expressions to use to capture your readers' attention and also keep it throughout the book. You will also know the type of illustrations or examples to use in your book. Okay, so it's very, very important that you consider your audience. Who are you writing for? Are you writing for the rich or for the not so rich who wants to become rich and wealthy or affluence, right? So it's important that you consider who you are writing for. Also, what is your plan? A lot of people write books, they want to sell, they want to make profits, but they don't know how to go about it. So it's important also to consider why you are writing. Are you writing just for fun? Are you publishing this book just because you just want to share your ideas with people, or you actually want to write and make profits? So when you are writing and you have this idea that, oh, I'm going to sell each book 5,000 naira, I'm going to make 2,000 naira profits, I'm going to be able to do this XYZ with my profits, that is a propelling force for you to keep writing, for you to keep putting out your information there. But if for or the reasons why you're writing, you might start a book and get stuck. You might write a book, and maybe because you read somebody's book, before you know it, you start saying, oh, my book is not perfect yet, or my book is not as good as this person's book. So before you know it, you just let it go. But when you know who you are writing for and why you even started, then you would be propelled, encouraged, okay, to keep writing. Writing can actually be very stressful, and it can also be very, very rewarding. The reason why I call writing fun is because I know my reasons for writing. I want to share my ideas with the world. I want to make profits with my writing. I want to monetize my knowledge. So those are the reasons why I keep writing, because I know my why. Whatever blockage I can feel or obstacle I can feel along my way, I am constantly reminding myself, girl, you started because you want to share an idea with people. You want to make profits with your writing. You want to achieve XYZ with the profit of your writing. So I keep going. All right. So don't ever start writing without knowing the reason or your audience benefit of writing a book. The benefits of writing books are so many. They are numerous, and they are very, very good reasons why you should consider writing and publishing your book. Number one reason is that when you write and publish your book, you become an author. Literally, I say everybody is a writer because we all write, but everybody cannot be an author. So if you dedicate yourself so much to writing, editing, and formatting, and then printing your books or publishing your books, you become an authority. I remember the first time I published my first book, even though it wasn't all perfect, I was so thrilled because yes, I am not an authority. My coach then said, you are an authority. Vicola, you are an authority. And that was like the best of the best moments for me. I was so excited. I was like, wow, so I can write a book, so I can actually publish a book. And before you know it, I kept going on and on with it. So if you can dedicate yourself, be determined to actually write, publish your book, you will be amazed at the opportunities you will get. Yes, another point is you will get a lot of opportunities when you start writing your own books. When you write your books and you publish it, man, you will get a lot of opportunities. I have gotten countless opportunities just by writing my own book. I have been invited to speak in churches. I've been invited to speak at wedding ceremonies. I've had to MC programs for people. I've had the privilege of speaking in radio stations, in television stations, sometimes for free, and sometimes I tag along with somebody else. Imagine if I never wrote a book. Or imagine if I never published it. And I was just saying, oh, I have books. Oh, I want to write a book. Oh, I want to. Oh, I want to. I wish to. Like so many people out there today. But you know what? When you actually write and you go ahead to publish your book, you will become an authority. You will have speaking engagement. You will have so many other opportunities. And do you know what? I even got an opportunity to co-author books. The reason is I started. I wrote a book and I published it. So the thing is, when you write, publish, and market your books, you get so many opportunities. Another benefit of writing your book and publishing it is that you have an added source of income. You have an added source of income. Today we know that one source of income is never enough. One source of income is never, 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 never enough. So when you write your book and you publish it, it becomes an added source of income for you. And guess what? It's for life. Yeah, it's for life. When you write a book and you publish it, you have an income for life, meaning that you have a passive income. Once you write a book, you publish it, either in e-copy or a physical book that you can hold, you become an authority, you start earning money. You don't have to go back and write that book. You don't have to go back and print that book. The only thing you do is you don't have to put extra effort rather to writing the book over and over again. Even if you want to edit it, even if you want to do like an added second edition or the third edition, all you need to do is just add one or two things in it and it becomes an extra edition or a better version of that book. So you have an income, a passive income. You don't have to do an active work over and over again. But imagine if you have not written something, you've not published it. For example, I am a coach. I coach people. If I have not written my book, Who Should I Marry? Every time someone comes to me and tell me, oh, I need this advice on who to choose, I will have to start cracking my head again. I'll start thinking, oh, what should I tell them? Oh, where's my book? Let me my write-up somewhere, and I'll start going through all the steps with them. But now, guess what? I just refer them to my book. I just say, oh, I've written a book. Why don't you go about reading it? When they buy it and purchase it and read it, they have an idea. So it saves me time. It saves me stress. It saves me from walking over and over again. I remember years back when I've not written books on some aspect of relationship. Each time someone calls me and says, oh, I'm having an issue with my husband, I'll start saying, oh, okay, let's book a coaching call. Let's do this. Let's do that. But now it's easier. I just refer them to one of my books. I have books for several aspects and several things. I have books on affirmations. I have books for mental health. I have books for reprogramming your mind. I have books on how to have a blissful home. I have books on several aspects that I just easily refer my clients to, and it saves me a lot of time and stress. Imagine me having to talk about everything over and over with everybody, every single person that wants to get married. Imagine me having to go through the process of talking and trying to help them discover who to marry, or how to discover how to plan for marriage, or the type of questions they should ask the person they want to work with, or I have to talk about setting of goals all over again, or I have to talk about writing a book all over again. Guess what? I have a book on this video. Yeah, I have an ebook on it, and without me doing so much again, I just tell them, okay, go and read this book. When they do, we then have a session together, and because they've read my book, it becomes easier. This counseling session becomes easier and a walkover for me. So writing a book actually opens you up to a whole lot of opportunities and reduces a lot of stress. Guess what? When you write and publish your book, your children will also benefit. Your generation, in fact, does benefit. The reason is, when you write a book, it becomes a property for you. Okay, and then your children can renovate it or edit it. Your children can do a new edition of your book, and that way they also have a royalty. They have something to fall back on. So right now, your intellectual property is actually passable to your children and to your grandchildren. So it's important that you go ahead and write that book and also publish it. Please don't just write a book, but do publish it. Okay, moving on now, we need to talk about the parts of writing a book, what it entails. A lot of people have written books. A lot of people have maybe edited it, and then they get stuck. So now I'm going to quickly talk about what you need to do. The important thing is writing a book. Your part, your first assignment is to write a book. Okay, when you write a book, it becomes your property. But when you publish it, it becomes like an asset, a property of the society wherever you find yourself. So now you have to write a book and then you move ahead to edit it. Number one is what? Writing that book. And number two is editing it. You don't have to be the one to edit. In fact, it's not advisable that an author or a writer edits their book. So when you write a book, you get a professional editor to edit your book, to read through your book for errors, grammatical errors, spelling errors, and so many other things like that. Then you go for proofreading. Proofreading could come before editing, or editing then proofreading, or you can go hand in hand. Some editors actually do both works for you, so you can do editing and then proofreading, which is very, very important. Another thing you have to consider also is formatting your book. This is very, very important, because a lot of people just say, my editor has edited the book, let's print. No. If your book entails some stories or some pictures, some illustrations, it's important that you format it properly, to have the right size, to have the right pictures in the right parts of your book. Because sometimes if it's not well properly done, you see some books where maybe a picture is half cut, part of the picture is on one page and then part of the picture is on another page. It's totally wrong. So you need to do proofreading, editing, and formatting of your book, and that is like rearranging your book the way it's supposed to be, or the way you want it to be. And you should always have a say, because it's your book. It's not the publisher's book, it's not the editor's book. No matter what they are helping you to do in your book, you should have a say in your own book. Okay, another thing is printing and publishing. Printing and publishing your book is the next step after editing and formatting your book. Printers actually just help you print your books, but good publishers will help you do so much more. Okay, for example, a good publisher can help you discuss how to market your books, how best, the quantity, the quality, and things like that, the type of book covers you should have. A good publisher can help you decide or guide you in such line. It's very, very important. So a lot of people actually work with printers. Outside Nigeria or outside Africa, most publishers, okay, are people that picks up your manuscripts. They edit it for you, they format it for you, they print it, okay, and also market it. So all that is entailed in publishing. Once you've written your book, they help you do what? They help you publish it, and they entail all that. Ahead, you need to launch your book. A lot of people have written books, a lot of people have actually published books, but they didn't launch it, or they didn't launch it well. I know some people that will go, oh, their publisher told them, or their printer told them they should print 1,000 copies of a book, and then after that they go to church or somewhere with their friends and colleagues, and then they publish or launch their book. And at the end of the day, they still have over 500 to 700 of that book in their possession. That is not so good. So the thing is, you need to really plan on what your publishing or your launching of your book entails. Launching of your book could be done in your church, in your school, among your friends, in a hall, in your office. But the most important thing is letting people know in advance about that book. When you do like a proper marketing plan, and letting people know about your book ahead of time, it helps them to plan and be expectant of your book. And before you know it, they will be willing to launch that book with you. So It's very important that you plan your launch very well. You market your book. Like what I do most times, I do a pre-launch. I tell people, oh, my book is coming out at the end of the month, or in 2 months time, in 3 months time. It's about blah 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 blah. I want you to support me or launch it for me. And before you know it, people go out of their way to support me. And that is because I have also given out a lot of valuable contents online and offline. I have had opportunities to speak for free in people's birthday parties, birthday programs, wedding reception for free. I do a lot of free stuff in my church, in my community, and because of that, some people decide to actually reward me by helping me launch my book. Okay, so it's important that you are adding value to yourself, to the people to the community where you find yourself, and to the people that are around you. So it shouldn't just be about me. Like, you must invest in other people, support them, encourage them, and make sure that you do something significant in your circle. It's very important. Okay, moving on. Right now, you need to also plan about your marketing. The reason why some book launch doesn't seem effective enough is because there is no marketing plan. You need to have a marketing plan. It's not just writing a book. Writing a book is good. Publishing it is good. Having so many copies of it is excellent, very amazing. But you need to have a publishing or a marketing plan. You need to have a marketing plan. Do you want to market it online? Do you want to market it in the streets, in the shops, in the markets? Do you want to market by yourself? Do you want to get a marketer to market your book, as in carry it on their head and take it around to churches and things like that? You need to have an idea of, oh, do I want to do a book tour that is going from church to church, talk about this book? Do I want to go to schools to talk about my book? Do I want to go to bookshops and tell them the benefits of having my book in their bookstore? Do I want to do it online? Do I want to get a good digital marketer to market my books online? So all this you have to consider, and then how much do you want to spend on your marketing, on your marketing plan? Because a lot of people spend a whole lot of money writing a book, editing, publishing, formatting, and all that. Even launching. And the King's glory shall come. They get a lot of people to come together and they actually launch that book once, and then it dies down. Or after that once, they don't go back. They don't market the book. And that's why you see a lot of books on bookshelves. No, it shouldn't be like that. You should have a marketing plan. How much do you want to spend on marketing your book per week, per month, or per year? Okay, so when you have this planned out and you are very strict, you are working towards it, you're always telling people about it, even if it's 1 or 2 books you have, and you're constantly telling people, you're always sharing it on social media, people will get to know about your book, and people will get to buy more and more of your books. People will even refer you. I know people outside Abuja, outside Nigeria, who has bought and read my books. So it's all about planning. It's all about marketing. If you market your books well, a lot of people will be interested in buying and reading your books. So coming back, okay, to the last part now. Ebooks and physical books. A lot of people these days go for ebooks because they can read it on the go. We have apps that helps you to read books. If you've watched this far, please consider watching my video on how to read 50 books and above in a year. 50 books in a year. It's very important because right now a lot of information are constantly being published, being shared all over the world, and it's important that we key into it and get equipped. We get to read more books, more and more. All right, it's very important, and please go ahead and watch that video. It will really enlighten you on how to read more books and become an authority in life. It's very important. Okay, I could be laughing, I could be doing all sorts, but it's very important that we read books more and more. And if you're going to be a good author, you have to read books like crazy, because A lot of people have gone ahead to write books on all subjects, whatever subject you can think of. People have written books about it. So please do yourself a favor by reading books daily. Daily, please. When you read books daily, you get knowledge, you get more vocabulary, you get new words, you get new expressions, and you are alive, you are constantly vibrant, But when you stop reading books, you do not have so much knowledge, you are limited in so many areas of life. So it's important that you constantly read so your mind is fresh, you can think very fast, you can, relate to things, you can overlook things, you can make excuses for people. And again, let's go to ebooks. Ebooks are actually electronic books that people can read on the go. And you can actually market your books on online stores such as Crystal Flames, where I have several of my books, Amazon, where people clamor to have their books on, but somehow you have to go through the right process. If not, your books will just be sitting on the shelf of Amazon. Amazon is not actually a store, okay? I'm just using it as an expression that your book can just be sitting on the shelves. Several people are so crazy with, I want my book to be on Amazon. After the publishing it on Amazon, they don't market that link, they don't market their books, and so people don't know that their books is on Amazon, and at the end of the day they don't make money. My mentor, one of my mentors, Pastor Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo, will always mention that her books are accessible on Amazon. What do you think she's doing? She's marketing her book. Even though she's preaching within Nigeria, outside Nigeria, one way or the other, you will hear her saying things like, my books are on Amazon. Amazon pays me monthly. So it's a way of publicizing or marketing her books. So if you have your book on Amazon, you spend like 80,000, 100K to, put your book there, and you don't tell people about it. It's just going to be there. So make sure that once you have your book on any ebook platform, okay, make sure that you market it also, because that is just the major thing. If I write a book and keep it in my house, nobody will know. If I have my books in 520 stores, bookstores, okay, and I don't tell anybody about it, except if they just miraculously go to that shelf, that line or that roll of books, and then they cite it like, oh, okay, who should I marry? Oh, steps to marital bliss. Oh, this woman writes books, But if I've written a book and I have it in Christian Bookshop or Genesis Bookshop in Area 10 Abuja, okay, Gariki, I can also always tell people, oh, you can get my book at so place. Like my book is in Kubwa, somewhere in Phase 3 Kubwa. I'm always saying it. My books are available at so place. And because I'm an editor, and I also sell my books personally, one-on-one, I can also tell people, oh, my books are available. They are ready for pickups because I have some copies with me, okay? So it's very important that you write ebooks, you write and publish books, but it's also good to market them. So physical books, a lot of people still prefer physical books. A lot of people still prefer physical books. I know a lot of younger people, not all young people anyway, a lot of younger people prefer ebooks, but notwithstanding, some people still want to underline, still want to highlight books, still want to have it in their shelf. Even people will have it and not read it. But a lot of people still prefer the physical book. So it's advisable that you have physical books and also your ebooks, so that anyone that comes around that wants a physical book, you tell them, oh, it's in so store, you can access it in so store. And if they want an ebook, oh, you can share the link with them and they can easily purchase it online, or you can sell it to them one-on-one. Share the link with them, or share the PDF. I was trying to remember the name. PDF formats. You can share the PDF formats with them while they pay straight into your own account. So those are the major things that I need to share with you today concerning how to write, publish, and market your book. Also, I have a book, an ebook that contains this and lots more. So it's very important, if you want to have more information, to contact me personally by commenting on this video or reaching out to me through WhatsApp. My information will be dropped there. If you like, use an email. As soon as I get it, I'll get back to you. You will have it real soon. Okay, so that's all. I just want to quickly encourage you. You can write your book. You can write, you can edit, you can publish that book in the shortest time possible, because you are a writer. You've been writing all your life. So please encourage yourself, be dedicated, be determined, and have that strong mind that yes, I can do it. And when you know that you can do it, because I do, you can, please do publish your book, and you'll be so glad that you did, because your generation will celebrate you. Generations after you will celebrate you and remember you for good. So that is another advantage or benefit of writing a book. Generations that never met you physically will get to see your books and your work. They'll get to know you. So please consider writing and publishing a book today. Thank you again. I'm Victoria Yoosuff. For speaking engagement, contact me below. If for counseling, and several other parts of coaching, please do contact me. Thank you very much for watching to the end. I'm so glad. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye-bye.